Welcome back to ITSC 1360, and in this video we're going to look at the various commands you can use to start, stop, restart, check status of, and disable a service on your Linux system. The first thing we'll look at is a list of systemd statuses that are used when you run the systemctl status and a service command. You will see such things as loaded, active, inactive, and enabled. All these things can be used to tell whether a service is running and when it will start. First, let's look at an example by typing in systemctl status firewalld.service. We can see that it is loaded, active running, and enabled. So you know that you can see multiple status options in just the status screen of a service. So next, let's look at the options we can use with systemctl. The first way is by typing systemctl and then hit the spacebar and hit tab twice. You can also type systemctl space -- help, which has a lot of information, and as always you can use the man systemctl as well to get even more details. So let's use some of the basic commands, and I'll do a status after each one. So to do this, we're going to install a new program called Very Secure FTP Service. To do that, we run the yum install vsftpd command and confirm the install with the Y button. Make sure your network connection is on and active for this. Next, we will check the status of our newly installed program by typing systemctl status. We see that it is loaded but disabled and in a state of inactive dead. Next, let's start it. To do that, we will type systemctl start vsftpd, which gives us no output, which usually means that it worked. Next, we will run systemctl status vsftpd to see what has changed. So now we see that it is active running, though we still see disabled, so that means it won't get started on startup. So let's change that next. The command we will use to enable it on startup is systemctl enable vsftpd. It will give a status message showing that it created a symlink in the multi.user target, which shows it will start during that target. You'll learn more about multi.user target later in the course. We can now, once again, run systemctl status vsftpd and see we have enabled and active running now. The last commands we will use is the disable and stop commands. The first one we will use is systemctl stop vsftpd, which gives no output. Then we will run systemctl disable vsftpd, which tells us the symlink has now been removed. Finally, we will run systemctl status vsftpd to show it is now disabled and inactive dead. Well, that was a pretty useful concept. Just remember the commands to show all the options you can use, and know the ones we have covered in the lab, and you should do fine on that part of the certification. Thanks for watching.